Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. I hope you're doing well. Well, we're going to talk about a story that I came across yesterday, and it just angered me to no end. And this is the reason why you don't give what Donald Trump and Stephen Miller screaming about. Um, I should have absolute immunity. No, because see, when y'all have um, any kind of leeway, you are going to just take it another level. You're going to be turning up on everybody. You're going to be doing things to innocent people. And y'all, they unalived another person last night. That's why I'm saying this is why they don't need no immunity. You know, y'all just want immunity because you're going to do a lot of things to people that's wrong. You're going to do a lot of things that is would be deemed as illegal. So you try to give this immunity shield, and no, there should be no immunity at all. But we know, when you're evil, this is what you do. Demons giving other demons immunity. So anyway, I was so upset about this when I first saw it, and you'll see the baby and everything. But what happened was it was a man, he was trying to get his family out of a certain location. They actually, were in an area where the protest was going on, but they weren't part of the protest. They were just trying to get out of the area. Well, this ICE agent, and he told the ICE agent, "I'm just trying to get out of here," with his kids. The ICE agent threw flashbangs and tear gas in his car, and he had small kids in the car. Now, you know damn well if these were some white children sitting in that SUV, you know darn well they wouldn't have done that, you know? And see, the same racism that you see from the police is the same thing you're going to see in these ICE agents. You know, it's all of these white guys and Latinos. That's really what's piled all up in ICE right now. It is just what you would think it would look like, you know. So now you got all these white nationalists running around as ICE agents, just like you have them as your cops. So it should not shock you. Not only that, y'all, it's all kinds of things going on. People have been reported that they have gotten beaten up and jumped. I said, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that sound like what things y'all would do. That's why you want immunity, because you know that a lot of these folks will be sued. They're going to still be sued whether y'all scream immunity or not. And, people should sue because remember, whatever they do to you on these streets, that's on the state level. That's not the federal level. So you can still get them if you really wanted to. So, anyway, he said 3 of his children had asthma. So after this damn ICE agent throws a flashbang and all that stuff inside his SUV where the children were, he had to rush to get his kids out of there. He said 3 of his children have asthma. There was a 6-month-old baby. The baby stopped breathing. You know, when you throw that kind of stuff and you use tear gas, it's got a lot of chemicals and everything in it. This poor baby stopped breathing. So they had to get the emergency squad to come out and get this baby breathing again. And the ICE agent was, and you'll hear what he says. The ICE agent was arguing with him instead of helping him. That's why I said, this is the same racism that we have seen all throughout history. So, brother, all I got to say is lawyer up. You still got the right to go after that ICE agent and ICE agents in general for what happened. You were not part of the protest. You were not trying to do anything illegal. You were just trying to leave with your family. That you are not breaking a law. It's not his fault. The protest was going on. He said he lives on the corner on the street where all the commotion was going on. And, you didn't ask for that to happen. So I don't know why you would be in trouble. But, it just goes to show you how nasty these ICE agents are. How the hell you gonna throw a flashbang inside of a car with black children? See, oh, y'all, I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. This just made my blood boil. All right, y'all. Let me just share my screen so you can see and hear this for yourself. Let's see here. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. I'm just sick of this place altogether, y'all. I know our Heavenly Father will come and deal with these people. But shoot, I'm not going to lie. Some days it is hard for me not to go off on some of them. It is hard. Thank you, y'all. Thank you.
Officers threw flashbangs and tear gas in my car and made I got 6 kids in the car. But my 6-month-old can't even breathe. My 2-year-old then flipped out the damn car. This was flipped over. My car filled with tear gas. I'm trying to pull my kid out the car.
Do we have MPD right here? And they just were guiding EMS into the house. This is the vehicle that the man that I talked to said that he had taken and put his kids into to get them out of the neighborhood. And I started throwing flashbangs and tear gas under the vehicle. And he said that his 6-month-old stopped breathing. And now he's inside the house with EMS.
Look at him, fuck my kid. The ambulance is bringing my newborn out the house. We can't breathe. Hello, 6 months. And the fucking officer, I called him. I was trying to leave. The officer, yeah, the officer knew I was trying to leave. He's the ICE officer. Yes. He fully, before lets you leave. 3 car. They hit the outside under my car. Yeah. I got 3 kids with asthma. Like my car just filled up with smoke. I had a I had a 2-year-old sitting right here. It's deployed and flipped them over. And my 11-year-old sitting right there. My newborn in the middle. I'm snatching kids out the car. They still rushing me with paintball guns and all that. It's like that's shit out of control. Them motherfuckers very cold.
Those are your children that were just taken?
Yes, them was all my kids that was just taken.
With in the ambulance to get medical attention?
Yes.
So what caused
I was telling the officer to call the ambulance. He's telling me to get back on the phone with them, telling them to come down Lindale. They come down Lindale, they're going to get stopped right here. It don't make sense. When they're the only ones that can call for backup and make them come faster.
Exactly.
It don't make sense.
They blocking the streets.
Sorry, what happened at the beginning?
I literally sat right here for 5 minutes telling the officer my newborn hangry. He's telling me to call them back and tell them to come down Lindale. There's no way they're going to be able to come down Lindale. They had to do it themselves just for them to move faster.
So tell me what set off the airbags? What
The flashbang, the tear gas thrown this man's car with kids.
Wow. So do you live here?
No, I have relatives that live here.
And so you were just parked when the flashbang went off?
Yes, I was leaving. He was not even fuck the car, my kid. Yeah, the ambulance was bringing my newborn out the house, but we can't breathe. How old? 6 months. And the fucking officer, I told him I was trying to leave. He said, heavy.
The officer knew?
Yes, the officer knew I was trying to leave.
You, the Hague officer.
Yes. He literally saw us trying to leave. 3 flashbangs at my car.
Yes, he get outside and I'm not.
He an innocent child. All my kids is innocent. They didn't.
They didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
Can you so your kids were in the back of this
All
car?
my kids was in the back. My wife was in the front seat. I was pulling off. Yeah.
And your windows were down?
Oh, my windows weren't even down. That window was down,
Right.
but I was doing something. I rolled my window down. But look,
So how did the ICE agents get mace into
it was an officer that's sitting right here that threw it.
He threw the mace
Yes, he threw the mace.
and
And I don't know if it came from the bottom, came to the vest, but my car just filled up like it caught on fire.
and your kids?
My kids can't breathe. They're at the hospital.
Your kids are in hospital and how old are they?
11, 7, 2 4-year-olds, a 2-year-old, and a 6-month-year-old.
What do you make of ICE?
I don't like them. I don't even participate with them. And it's like, this just show how they don't care.
Someone else is being shot in this
Yeah,
neighborhood
innocent people,
tonight.
innocent people, innocent kids. It's to the point, it's like it's getting unsafe.
Will your kids be okay?
I don't know. And my 7-year-old couldn't breathe. He got rushed to the hospital by the ambulance.
That must be utterly terrifying for you.
Yes. He got rushed to the hospital by the ambulance.
Did you tell the officers what they've done?
Yeah, I was arguing with the officer to call the ambulance for 5 minutes.
He wouldn't call the ambulance
No,
for you.
he told me to call them back and get them online.
Could he see that you had your baby?
Yeah, he knew that they was in the car. He told another protester to stop talking, let him talk. He knew that they was in the car. He didn't even try to help.
You must be furious.
Yes, I'm mad as hell. But now it's gonna be hell on wheels. They definitely gonna have to pay for it. He an innocent child. All my kids is innocent. They didn't.
ask for this.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Same thing that happened. Me trying to pull off. See how they did.
In the beginning, before I started doing this journalism, I had some doubts early on, but now I realize like this is bad. Yeah, I see paramedics.
From the house, look.
They're removing somebody from the house. Yeah. Who are they carrying? A kid? They're carrying a kid, an arm, I think. Yeah. Well, the paramedic is carrying a child. Not a 6-month-old. Looks like right there in the front of the line.
It was like the vehicle in the supposed chase with ICE. But then this man came out and he said that it was his car. And I asked him what happened. And he said that he had he lived on the street corner in the zone. And he went out to talk to Border Patrol or DHS or whoever and asked them if they could leave. He wanted to bring his family out of the zone. And they said that was fine. And he got everyone in the car. And he said that he like put it in drive and they started throwing flashbangs and tear gas under their vehicle. And he had his 3 kids in the car and a 6-month-old who stopped breathing.
We're learning more about another dangerous incident involving ICE. A family says 3 of their children, including a 6-month-old, were hospitalized after agents reportedly fired tear gas at their vehicle. Destiny Jackson says they were on their way home from a basketball game when gas grenades set off the airbags, trapping them inside as gas filled the car. After people nearby helped open the doors, she says they realized their infant had stopped breathing. Destiny says she had to perform CPR to revive her own child.
Me getting my baby, having to get my baby like mouth to mouth. I thought I was dying, honestly. And the way I felt, I could imagine how my kids felt because I'm a full-blown grown adult. I just knew that it was even worse for them.
And late Thursday night, a federal judge in Minnesota ordered the release of a Liberian man 4 days after heavily armed agents were seen using a battering ram to enter his home. The judge said in his ruling that his Fourth Amendment rights against unlawful search and seizure were violated. Garrison Gibson was in his home with his wife and 9-year-old daughter when he was arrested. He's being held at an immigration center, according to the Associated Press.
Okay. So that is what happened. And y'all don't assume, remember, his wife was there. So yeah, he was talking to the people that were outside because remember, this just happened. So yeah, the kids all had to go to the hospital for treatment. The baby stopped breathing, so the baby had to be taken by ambulance, but he still had to deal with the situation at hand. And when you saw the inside of the car where it looked like the windows were covered, that was the deployment of all the airbags from the flashbangs that the ICE agent threw at the vehicle. So when that happened, all of the airbags in the SUV deployed. That's why it looked like that when you saw his window. Those were the airbags. But that's nor here or there. That ICE agent should be fired and jailed as far as I'm concerned. He could have killed them children. You know, they always trying to do shit to our kids. And I get sick of this mess. I really truly do. And they didn't ask for this stuff to happen, and I think what happened was they were out over because he said they were over at someone's house. And I think all that stuff jumped off after the fact. I think when they got there, all that stuff was not going on in the streets. When they were trying to leave, that's when everything was going crazy out in the streets. So, this is where I don't agree with Donald Trump and Stephen Miller. Y'all can go F yourself. This is why you don't give no immunity to these officers, because all they're going to do is ramp up on the violence towards everybody. And everybody will get caught up in it. Even the innocent bystanders, the people ain't even involved with it, they'll go on full attack against them. And that's exactly what they did to this family. They weren't even involved in the protest. They weren't out there protesting. They were trying to get out of there. And this is what an ICE agent did to small children, a young family. I mean, things like this is going to happen, y'all. As long as they're out in the streets, it's going to be somebody getting caught up in it that has nothing to do with what's going on. Remember, this is a residential neighborhood. I'm sure people are coming home from work when the protest is going on. Some people are probably leaving for work. Kids are probably coming home from school. So it is going to be activity on the street. It's not going to just be the protesters and ICE. It's going to be activity because you look, that's a residential area. There's a row of houses right there. So yes, you're going to have people coming and going. It doesn't mean they're involved in the protest. I mean, life's still going to happen whether there's protests going on or not. Life is going to happen. hmm So I pray for this brother's family. That's a horrible thing to get caught up in. And then to add insult to injury, some old racist ICE agent is going to attack your family of children. How cowardly is that? Some grown ass ICE agent gonna throw flashbangs and tear gas around a car where you damn well he knew them kids were in there because he said he saw them. So he knew that ICE agent knew those black children were inside of that SUV. Mm-mm-mm. Ooh, this stuff gets me so upset. It gets me so upset. So, y'all, this was the story I was going to bring you yesterday. I said, you know what? I'll just wait until today. I don't think I had the energy last night. So, y'all, I have another one coming because Donald Trump is trying to give himself, he don't want to declare martial law, but he's trying to enact the Insurrection Act for Minnesota, and this will give him all kinds of power that he normally wouldn't have. And you just gotta watch little slick ass people like Donald Trump, because we already know he don't want to leave office. He don't want to leave office. So any little thing he can do to give himself all kinds of immunity and power, this is what he's going to do. So we're going to talk about that. It's amazing. He wants to enact the Insurrectionist Act. But the real insurrectionists from January 6th, he let them all go. He let them all go. Boy, this country, it can make you go mad. So y'all be on the lookout for my next live. I just have to sit and get that one set up, and it will, I would say like about 2, maybe even 3 o'clock. I'll be able to do that one. Oh, hold on. MC to the X Project, thank you for the 23-month membership. Hold on one second. Sister Lisa, have you seen the AI videos they're using to try to get us in the streets and as an excuse to call for martial law with us as the scapegoat? They're desperate to harm us. Yeah, but you know what? So far, it has not worked. And I hope our people will use some damn common sense and stay out of these streets, because of that white woman getting killed, that Renee Good, some of our people, because I still see the videos, are out here talking about, oh, it's time for us to get back in the streets and all this stuff. No, no. We need to stay out of these streets. ICE is dangerous. And you heard what Donald Trump and Stephen Miller said. They got immunity. You think they're not going to just harm any and everyone they want to harm? Of course they are. They know they're going to get away with it. Donald Trump and Stephen Miller just gave them the nod to do whatever they want out here and not ever get in trouble over it. So, yeah, when you tell these folks that, yeah, they're going to turn up and get more violent and more out of control and more murderous out here in these streets. So, no, I definitely don't trust, I don't trust no ICE agent no more than I trust a police officer. And that is the truth. I don't trust none of these agencies. At the end of the day, they don't like us. And if they can do harm to us and get away with it, that's just what they'll do. So, y'all, I will see you later. And please remember, I have really just a weekend sale going on, 30% off the entire store on Etsy. And I want to thank, because I saw a few people gave donations to my Give, Send, Go. And I thank you and pray the Most High give it all back to you tenfold. Shalom, family.